Good morning, Phoenix class. Today, this is your maths lesson and we're continuing with decimals. So your learning intention for today is I can divide by multiples of 10, 100 and 1,000. Now remember, each column is worth 10 times more or 10 times less than the one next to it. So if you times it by 10, it moves one column. If you times it by 100, it moves 2 columns. And if you times it by 1,000, it moves 3 columns. Let's have a look at question A. 10 children make 12 meters of paper chains. They each make an equal length chain. What length do they each make? Now we need to work out the calculation. So if we've got 12 meters in total, and we need to sort out between 10 children, what calculation am I doing? Is it a divide or a multiply? That's right, we are dividing today. So let's divide 12 by 10. Now in the first place value grid, you can see we have got the value of 12. Now when we divide by 10, we are moving one place to the right. So you can see in this place value grid that the 2 has gone to 2 tenths and the 1 has gone to 1 ones. So we know that 12 divided by 10 is 1.2. So let's have a look at our stem sentence. 12 divided by 10 is 1.2 because I have moved the digits one place to the right. Now let's have a look at question B. There are 20 children in the class altogether. What length of paper chain would each child make if each made an equal share of the 12 meters? Now Mrs. Dean says, we need to make 12 meters of paper chains and I need 10 of you to do this. Now in question A, we know that 12 divided by 10 was 1.2. But this time I'm dividing by 20. So we would do 1.2 and then divide that by 2 would equal 0.6. And here you can see that there are twice as many parts, so you divide each into 2 equal parts. So we've divided the 1.2 into 2 equal parts, which gave us 0.6. Let's have a look at question 1. Aki shares 15 litres of juice between 100 cups. How much juice will he pour into each cup? I wonder if it would help if we convert litres into millilitres. Now I know that 1,000 millilitres is the same as 1 litre. So if I've got 15 litres, that would be the same as 15,000 millilitres. Now I can divide by 100. So I do 15,000 divide it by 100 equals 150 millilitres. But then I need to convert that back to litres. Now I need to convert it back to litres. So I will do 150 millilitres divide by 1,000, which will equal 0.15 litres. Let's have a look if we get the same answer on our place value grid. So I'm dividing by 100. So if I'm dividing by 100, I move 2 places to the right. 1, 2. So that will be 5. 1, 2. So that will be a 1. Now because we have got a number after the decimal point, this must become a 0. So the answer would be 0.15 litres, which is exactly the same if we had converted it into millilitres first. So let's have a look at question 2. Rena draws this diagram to explain dividing 0.2 by 10. So in the first place value grid, you can see that she is exchanging 0.1 for 10 0.01s. And then she divides the 20 counters by 10. How do you think this compares to multiplying by 10? See if you can work it out and complete the question below. This is your practice book for today. Question 1. Complete each division. So you've got 17 divided by 10. Now we know that when we're dividing by 10, we are moving 1 place to the right. And then you can do question B. Let's have a look at question 2. A leaking tap loses the same amount of water every day. After 100 days, it has lost 125 litres of water. How much water does it lose every day? So we need to do 125 divide by 100 to work out how much water it is losing every day. And you can do that one. Question 3. Which of these represents the answer to 2.050 divided by 1,000? So you need to work out what 2.050 is divided by 1,000 and what the answer would be. Now question 4, I'd like you to think back to Rena's calculation on the previous page. Which division calculation does this diagram show? Now remember they are converting the 10/10ths into 100ths and then they're dividing by something. Can you work out if it's divided by 10, 100 or 1,000? And then question 5. Each number has been divided by 10, 100 or 1,000 and you need to complete calculations. And then question 6. Complete these calculations. So the first thing I would do is do 240. I would divide it by 100. So I know it moves 2 places to the right, which would be 2.40. And then I divide that answer by 2 because I need to find out 200, which would be 1.20. And you can do the same for the other calculations. Divide by 100 or 1,000 or 10 first and then divide by the other number. If you need some more practice, there are some extra calculations for you to do. And then there's some challenges to have a little look at and have a go. See if you can challenge yourself today. And finally, I'd like you to do your reflection. Now you need to write a word problem that is solved by dividing by 10, 100 or 1,000 and gives a decimal answer. Find the answer to your word problem. Don't forget to share it so we can see. Have a good day. Bye.